Hello, welcome to IELTS Masterclass episode 6. In this masterclass, I'm going to be teaching you the secrets you need in order to pass your IELTS listening. All right, IELTS listening is about the most tricky of IELTS exams, and most times you see that, like, let's say if you are writing for Canada immigration or something, they are even going to demand for higher score in IELTS listening. So, but here I'm going to tell you what they are looking for. They are looking for attention. All right. So in IELTS listening, the main thing you are being graded for is attention. The main thing you need to pass the exam is your attention. Anything that makes you lose attention, you've lost it. Anything that makes you lose attention, you've lost it. So let's go and talk about the top 3 secrets you need to know. The first one is for you to pay attention, and pay attention to the topic sentences. How do you know a topic sentence when somebody is speaking? Because in IELTS listening, right, somebody is speaking to you, then you are listening. So usually, like, if they want to start a fresh passage, like, the person will breathe, like a pause, a tiny bit of pause, then start reading. So that's starting. That first thing they are saying is a topic sentence, right? So anytime you see a break, a little break, and then you are starting again, that's a topic sentence. Listen for topic sentences, because most things they are going to be asking you come from the topic sentence. Then the other thing, in terms of when it comes to paying attention, I told you the first secret to passing the listening is for you to pay attention, because overall, your ability to pay attention is what is being tested. So let me tell you this. When I started writing my IELTS, I did not know. So when they give us like IELTS questions, right? They give us IELTS questions. This is what I do. So I will start. They will say, if you have written the IELTS before, they will tell you not to open until they start. But when they start, the worst mistake you can do is to start flipping through. Like, before now, when they start, I'll be like, hey, let me check the question in page 2, in page 3, in page 4. Guess what? They are not pausing. They continue to read. That thing I'm doing is distraction. By the time I come back to come and start writing, I've missed the first question, missed the second question, missed the third question. You're already going to fail your IELTS. Once you miss like 3 or 4, you're never going to get 8. That means you're coming back. So your biggest struggle when it comes to IELTS listening is attention. So one thing I learned was never flip until it is time for you to flip. Never flip. If you flip, I promise you will write IELTS again. Like, I promise you. Because once you flip, you lose attention. When you lose attention, maybe what they asked you to spell there is bottles. But you did not hear it, because your brain, once you flip, see, the brain can do 2 things at once, but not at the same time. Like, your brain can do 2 things almost the same period, but not at the same time, right? If you flip, once you flip, your brain will go to, oh, what is here? You are not listening at that point. You're not listening. So never flip. Like, only flip when they are, let's say there's question 1, 2, 3, 4. Start listening. Question 1, you write the answer. You hear question 2, answer, you write. You hear question 3, answer, you write. You hear question 4, answer, you write. You move immediately to the next page. Don't look somewhere else. Aim on question 5, you write. Question 6, you write. Question 7, you write. Here, question 8. Don't ever flip. If you flip, your attention is gone. If your attention is gone, you will not recover. Like, I promise you, if you do that, you will not recover. If you are listening to me now and you have written IELTS before, all right, and you scored less than 8 in the listening, type and confirm if you did something like that or not. This is the biggest secret to passing IELTS listening. Do not flip. Do not go checking what is in the next page. When you get to the next page, you will see what is there. Because once you flip, your brain switch to check what is in the next page. You lose consciousness of what is being said, and that's it. Before you will recover, because most times once you recover, you're like, hey, where are they? Question 5 or 6 or 7? More distraction. until you find where you are, you have lost 3 questions. You are coming back. You are coming back. So if you want to write your IATS once and for all, do not flip. Do not just follow it one question at the other. Another thing for you to note is that, which is the number 2 secret, right? First secret is pay attention. Number 2 is go step by step. The questions currently are about 40, right? The thing to note is that question 1 answer comes before question 2. Question 2 answer comes before question 3. Question 3 answer comes before question 4 answer. All right? So don't write question 1 answer and suddenly start flipping all over the place, asking where are they talking about. Because the next thing they are going to be talking about, after you have heard the question 1 answer, the next thing they are going to be talking about is question 2. So once you write for question 1, go to question 2. Keep your eyes on question 2. Listen for question 2 answer. Once you get that, move to question 3. Do you get? So IATS listening comes step by step. The answers follow each other. No need for you to be flipping up and down trying to look for it. Once you do that, you lose your brain switch, you stop listening, and what? You start thinking. And that switch alone is enough to destabilize you. And you are coming back. You are coming back. Don't fall for that temptation. So the second thing is what? Go the step-by-step approach, right? Now, the third thing is that sometimes you may hear something. Let's say the answer is bottle. But you may be asking yourself, is it bottles or bottle? So usually people make mistake with tenses or singular and plural. Or any other thing in this jurisdiction, right? So you may see something, they say books. If you write book, you will fail. Like if the answer is books and you write book, you will fail. If the answer is book and you write books, you will fail. But I'm going to tell you how to overcome that. When you get the answer, so let's say the answer is book, but you are not sure whether the speaker added S or not, and you know you can't rewind. Use the sentence to correct yourself. So, for example, let's say the sentence said, when that dash came out, the author was happy. When that dash came out, the author was happy. For example, and you have to choose between books or book. Which one is the correct answer? How will you know the one that is the correct answer? What you have to think in your head is, if you put books, will you go with the sentence? If you put book, will you go with the sentence, right? So let's say you are contemplating between books and book, or past tense or plural, or let's say book or booked, something like that. If you are contemplating, read the sentence. So let's say when that dash came out, the author was happy. Is it likely to be when that books came out? That English is not correct. They will either say when those books came out, or when the books came out, So, but when that books came out is not correct. Instead, it will be when that book came out. You see? So, when the author was happy. When that book came out, the author was happy. Or like this is a sentence, right? So when you are confused about whether it is singular or plural of a word, or whether it is the past tense or future tense or present tense of a word, let the sentence be your guide. Because usually when they also know in such a way that they will actually do it in such a way that the sentence will tell you the correct one. The sentence will always tell you the correct one. So it will be made in such a way that the sentence cannot go with the plural if it is the singular. So that it's also trying to say, how will you understand, if you were listening to somebody, how will you understand this on a normal day? All right? So, first thing is pay attention. Do not flip. The second thing is go step by step, because the answers come in chronological order. Answer 1, answer 2, answer 3, answer 4. The fourth, in such a way that, like, if there is already answer 5, answer 4 has already gone. You see? The other one is let the sentence correct you when you are confused about future tense, past tense, or singular and plural. Now, in conclusion, some people talk about, like, I saw somebody that said, that passage they were reading for me was engineering passage, so I didn't know it. Another person said it was a medical passage, I didn't know it. The truth is, because they are testing IELTS general, they always, even if it's a field, they always go for things that a normal person can understand. So keep that in mind. And they're never going to be asking you, let's say, what is the meaning of engineering? What? No, it's filling the blank space. Filling the blank space. So they always do it in such a way that a normal person can understand. And most times, they will always say the answer in the passage. So don't start worrying, oh, geez, this is an engineering passage. I'm from art background. Is not going to be of importance, right? Your art background or engineering background is not going to be of importance. Even if they are reading a medical background passage for you and you're a medical doctor, it does not guarantee that you get it. So understand that your background does not play a role. All right. So with these three tricks, if you apply them, I guarantee that you will be able to get 8 in listening. You'll be able to get 8 in listening. All right. So this is the end of episode 6. We have one more episode where we are going to be talking about everything that we've talked about and the conclusion. Make sure you take episode 7. All right. Okay.